everybody. I'll be back for some more Final Fantasy XVI. So, last time, we went back to Rosaria again. Tried to rescue it / spring a trap deliberately from Hugo Kupka. We had a fight with him. He is no longer has any hands, I think. We'll see. Maybe he's healed them. Who knows? Dominants and such are able to heal their wounds like that. I guess we'll see if he's able to do it. So yeah, Clive has cut his hands off, as you do. Okay, audio is a bit funky. Let's fix that real quick. At the same time, Torgal has displayed some uncharacteristic dog abilities, and he has some explaining to do. I don't know how he's going to explain it to us exactly, but he's got some explaining to do. Elsewhere in the story, I think that's kind of where we're at. We're just sort of trying to figure out what to do next. Hugo escaped. We weren't able to kill him. Hugo does know now, though, that Clive is responsible for Benedicta's death and not Cid. He had it in his... He believed Cid had killed Benedicta. No, it was Clive, and Clive cleared that up for him. So now they have true animosity towards each other. We've also, as part of the fight, we've acquired Titan's abilities. So we have a new parry move to try out. See how that plays out. Anyway, I forget what the actual next story point is. I think the next story point is just figure out what the fuck's going on with Torgal. Anyway. Yes, I was just about to go to sleep. Or I mean, I've woken up. Yes, that's what happened. Definitely. Alright, we need to speak with Otto von Bismarck. About something. Why don't I use this active lore thing? Maybe that will tell me something. Go. Dominant of the Icon Titan, Warden of Earth. On learning the identity of the one who slew his beloved, Benedicta, he sends his forces to ransack Rosalith, capital city of Rosaria and Clive's former home, in the hope of drawing him out, which he did. Clive takes up the offer and is able to best Kupka in battle, cutting off his hands in the process, but before Clive can deal the finishing blow, the helpless Hugo is spirited away by a mysterious man from Wallode. Oh yeah, that's what happened. He looks remarkably like... the Queen's son, if he had grown up like super fast. The hairstyle is the same, at least. Otto, we know who Otto is. Alright, so Wallode is starting to weigh in, I guess, is what's going on. Wallode being Odin.
Jill looked white as a sheet. The little uns have been up to their old tricks again.
Alright, Otto, what have you got for me?
Not all of the nobles made it out alive.
Otto, is now a good time?
It's not a bad one. How's Jill doing?
Ah, she's been better. Ty is making sure she gets the rest she needs.
Good.
Any word on Kupka's movements?
Vivian's doing what she can to try and track him, but she's feeding on scraps. We've sent ours out to the Cursebreakers and their other friends in the West, asking them to keep their eyes peeled for anything unusual.
You have friends?
No leads yet.
Oops. I didn't shrink.
It's only a matter of time.
Alright, let me shrink.
Right. Let me know when you find something.
There he is.
Hit me? Who are you?
All right, Clive. Still busy saving the world.
Dare you use my real name?
Mid. When did you get back?
Okay, apparently we know her.
Just now.
What about your studies?
Adjourned. Since Hugo Kupka invaded Rosaria. All the canvas in uproar about it. He's gone mad. He's turned rogue. It'll be us next. You try concentrating with all of that.
All right.
Okay,
You win.
somebody's
How
daughter,
long
I
will you be
guess.
staying this time?
Dunno. A while, most likely. Any road, while I'm here, I was hoping you could do us a favour.
Mid.
Bit young for me, Mid.
You can't just expect me to...
Please, oblige her. While we are busy tracking down Kupka, you should have a little time to spare.
Professor! Now there's a face I haven't seen in a while. Shouldn't you have it buried in a dusty old tome?
I did, till a familiar trill pricked my ears. As ever, your exuberance is a breath of fresh air,
That
which
feels more like
successfully scattered the
padding of the
painstakingly assembled
story.
fragments of my thoughts.
I'll take that as a compliment.
It was not meant as well.
Well, Clive, you heard the professor. So, I'll meet you in the storeroom when you're done.
Is this person?
Hey, hold on. Breath of fresh air. Bloody tempest, more like.
Oi, Otto, you got my gill?
Huh? What are you on about?
Give him money.
My fee for bringing Mid across. She said you were paying.
Brilliant.
That little
Yep, let's get scarce, Clive.
Storeroom, was it? I wonder what Mid's plotting.
Alright. Who's mid? Okay, mid it all to. Oh, it's Sid's daughter. Student of engineering at the University of Canberra, she is as well versed in the secret of modern and fallen technology as any scholar in the Twins, and means to put that knowledge to use in service of the Hideout. I'm reasonably sure. Sidolphus something Telemon, yeah, I think so. What you got for me, Nectar? A muddy murder, huh? Rumor is spreading throughout the southern reaches of Rosaria of a pool of opalescent ooze that has been sighted in the moors and meadows of the region. While it resembles naught but a puddle of strange sludge from a distance, any man or beast that draws too close is met with masses of slimy hands that drag their prey into a gaping, grinning maw. That's what we want for our children. Won't someone please think of the children? Okay, Hawks Cry Cliff in Rosaria. I will immediately forget that.
And how may I assist you today? Allow me to educate you.
What's going on in the world?
I have the details here.
Okay. Where's the power of Titan? So Willowed, somebody in Willowed has intervened in the invasion. Fuck him. Okay, so last time I was thinking that she was married to... But it seems that she's actually probably married to... in that case, she would have to kill Dion in order to have Olivier become the crown prince. And I was thinking, good luck with that, he's fucking Bahamut. Suppose it can happen.
Study it well, Clive.
Here's the situation. Kingdom of Willowed came in, took Kupka, and have fucked off. We don't know where they've taken him. Meanwhile, the Dalmekian Republic is still sieging the Crystalline Dominion. It's Bahamut hanging out here. Kinda it. We don't know what these guys are doing. Guess this is the university where Mid was. The capital of the Free Cities of Canberra, located at the tail end of Titan's Wake in the southeast of the Storm, is a hive of mercantile activity where one can hardly move for the trade transacted on nigh every cobble corner. Maybe not.
Thus ends today's lesson.
Alright, well, let's go find her. What does she want?
Shouldn't you be getting some rest?
Tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to do, NPC.
You took your time.
I'm a busy man, Mid.
I'll get to the point then. I want to turn the room down there into a workshop like the one I had at Dad's place.
Mid, you've only just come back.
And I've been thinking about it for a while. Dad said I had a knack for engineering. Told me everything he knew about it. Then sent me off to Canva to learn everything he didn't.
Yeah, there you go. She was sent to university.
That was his dream for me. That one day I'd put my studies to use for the good of the cause. But I'm helping no one stuck at school. I've studied enough. It's time I put my knack to work. I know that I can help the people here, and I want to do it.
Okay, have you studied the ethics bit of engineering yet?
If Sid could see you now. All right. I'll tell Otto you'll be staying.
I knew you'd say yes.
I didn't say yes.
Which is why I wrote up a list of
I
jobs
very
for you.
specifically did not
For
say
me.
yes.
Who else?
Literally anybody else. I'm
What do you
literally
want
the
me to
most
do?
busy man in this entire
First things
place.
first, I need equipment and materials to start making my own. There's the designs for the stuff I need, and the stuff it needs smithing from. The other materials I can work myself. Just need a generous benefactor to lay them on for me. Apart from the wood,
That's me, is
I'll
it?
need a carpenter for that, but I can just borrow yours.
I have a
that
carpenter. Okay, all right.
For now. I'll let you know if I need out else.
All right. This seems like padding, but okay. Maybe we'll get something good out of it.
Where to start? Materials and tools. That means Karen and Blackthorn.
It's the fastest way to get there. Back the way we came, I think. Alright, so this chapter is called Bolts from the Blue. I'm assuming mid is one of them. What are the other bolts? Orgel's mysterious powers, I guess, is the other. There's the third, fourth, fifth, sixth one?
Was wondering where you got to. Mid's back from Canva. Have you seen her?
I don't think it's impossible
Just
not to.
now. She's planning to set up a workshop in the stores and ask me to buy her some materials. Here's the list.
List of materials. The noxious vapors that spill from the cracks around a certain door in Sidolphus Telemon's Deadland hideaway would sting the eyes and burn the nose of anyone who strayed too close. Combining every ingredient on this list would no doubt produce a similar result. He's making mustard gas. Awesome.
Think you can find everything on there?
This lot. Wouldn't be much of a trader if I couldn't.
Excellent. As for payment,
It's
Might I
paid
suggest
100
sex?
times over by what that girl's done for us.
Might
If it
not.
weren't for her filters, we'd have naught to drink but blight water, and that would have drained the life out of us long ago.
indeed it would.
Oh shit.
I'll
Job,
send
so.
the stuff on to Mid when it comes in.
Thank you, Karen.
Maybe she has studied enough. Alright, Blackthorn. Did we get an item off Upka to make a new weapon? We didn't kill him, so I don't think so.
Blackthorn, you busy?
What does it look like?
I have a commission for you. From Mid. She requires certain tools.
Supply kit. Sketches of ineffable devices seemingly drawn from the pages of a mad alchemist's notebook, and a list of the equally exotic alloys from which such things are smithed.
Do you think you can make them?
Bloody hell. What's she planning to build with this stuff? An airship?
Awesome. Do it.
I'll see what I can do.
They have to get
Till I
away
bring
from
them
the
over when I'm
curse,
done.
the Final Fantasy curse. Any Final Fantasy that does not have an airship in it
My
is not a
thanks.
good game.
And Mid's, no doubt.
That doesn't mean the ones with airships are good games. The ones without them,
That just leaves the carpenter. Let's see if Bardolph's available.
but also let's see if I can make anything now.
Back are ya?
Yep, straight away.
Summer storm, that one.
Rolls in when you least expect it, soaking you to your skin and leaving you ringing your breeches. Just like our old man. Keeps us on our toes though.
What do you want?
Easy one. Oh, no, we did get something out of him. Okay. Right, stone. Grindstone requires the 11 bolts, which we already have. Earth Shard is what we got from Hugo. Miscellaneous meteorites. Out. And when he lifted his fists, beneath them was found naught but dust.
No scratches, right?
There's waste cloth. Why didn't I make this? I could last time. That I wanted to make both. I don't know. Maybe I just I just forgot to do it, possibly. Okay, so the Drake Slayer's belt requires Electrum, which is what we got off one of the Notorious Marks, and then Scarletite. I think Scarletite we just picked up. That might be.
Should last you a good while.
What's missing? More Scarletite and Gelatinous Mass, which we'll probably get from this next one. Sounds like that's what it is. Okay.
It's alright.
So Gav went to talk to Holmes about Torgal. So we can
Tony
check
says he's
see
looking
if...
for books about Torgal.
Okay, we're already doing it.
Let's write one.
How good it is to see you, Clive. I have a few new notes that might interest you. If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
That's some people. Alright, there's Torgal. What the fuck's going on with Torgal? Torgal, Clive's faithful friend, who's fiercely protective of him and his allies. When Jill came close to death in the courtyard of Worldsworth Castle, something awoke within him, transforming Torgal into something akin to an icon. Yeah? What's going on, Torgs?
The door to the shelves shall ever be open.
Gav?
When we find out anything about Torgal, you'll be the first to know.
Well, therefore, you'll be the first to know, I suppose, since you found it out. But I get what you mean. I read this. I'm not. It's ye olde English. I'm not doing that. Alright, speak with our carpenter that I apparently had this whole time. Somebody had told me. I also hope someone's been paying him because I didn't know he existed. Presumably we have him to thank for the elevator.
Do with a good oiling, this could. Should be enough to keep us going. How do, Master Sid?
Bardolph. Mid's looking to build a workshop in the storeroom, and she needs the aid of a skilled carpenter. So naturally I thought of you.
Well, I'd love to help the young miss however I can. But I'm afraid I got my hands full just keeping this place afloat. There's holes need patching, and if I don't patch them, we'll all of us sink into the mere. I'd gladly spare Mid all the time I have, but the sad truth is, I ain't got none.
Somebody else can just patch holes?
It don't have to be me, though, does it? What about that other fella? You know, the one over at Martha's Rest. Bernard, was it?
That's right. And he is a friend of the cause. I'll ask Martha if she can spare him. Thank you, Bardolph.
Least I could do.
Alright, well. Got our next thing to do. We'll probably tackle that big ooze while we're at it. Wants us to go. Yeah, Hawkscry Cliff is where the ooze is, so let's check. Also, is Jill coming with us? Because she's meant to be on bed rest. Borg's there. No Jill. So if I was a horrible ooze monster, what would I be?
Let's go. Faster!
Again, I found the easiest way to do this is to just run around with Ambrosia, and if the youth is nearby, they'll forcibly get off Ambrosia. Not a wyvern, no thanks. Wyvern? I don't know. This is a question on yesterday's stream as well. I don't know which one I say. I say both, I guess. Okay, that's fine. Trying to stop before that happened. Yeah. Sign of ooze. Never mind, sign of ooze. The Flan Prince. A rank. Okay, we haven't fought an A rank yet.
So you take us to the west.
He's got some moves anyway. Okay, let's try out our... Let's do this first. Just gotta have all the fucking moves, don't you? Just all the moves. Near him has proven difficult. Having that move in my back pocket has proven helpful. Tornado and stone.
Nice try. Too slow.
Pew!
Nice try.
Damn it. That's new. Ugh.
That's better. Nice try.
Fucking get near him.
Torgal, kill!
Oh shit.
Forgive
Oh, for fuck's sake. Ugh. Great, well, let's find him again, so... Figure out how those moves work.
Good girl. Run like the wind.
Well, that's annoying. Anyway.
You deserve a rest.
Am I meant to get like a cool parry out of that or something? No. Anyway. I need to look into that move again, so. That was close. Well, there's Torgal in super mode. Miss.
Silence!
Oh, it's in the red marker. You want to let it go. on!
That's better.
Maybe I should rely on the parry to avoid that.
Thanks, boy. Come on. Guess we're all ready. Too slow. I failed.
Oh my god. Why is this guy brewing such a problem? Alright, let's go. Let's go with this guy one move on.
Come on. Fly, Ambrosia. All right. Thanks, Gal.
You down here? Excellent. There's the prick.
Why am I doing this?
Just the wrong button. Is that even doing a lot of damage to him? Fuck off. I think the Will of the Wikes blocked that. Too early. Way too early. Oh my god, Derek, how do you fucking keep getting hit by that move? What the hell, really, at this point? Don't understand how I keep missing. Alright, there we go. Using the parry properly seemed to help me a bit more. I didn't even check what level he was. Possibly it was a much higher level than us, but I don't think so. A rank without Jill, probably. Anyway, gelatinous mass. The wild flan excretes a sickly sweet viscous ooze that is meant to lure would-be predators into devouring it. Each time the powerful toxins within its flesh will paralyze the victim, allowing the flan to envelop and slowly dissolve it over a period of 17 nights, up to 7 of which the victim spends alive.
Well, it's dead now. Whatever it was.
the actual story, the reason we actually came. I'm sure Martha will easily spare her carpenter, and she won't ask us to do anything. Any bullshit fetch thing. Right, Martha?
Ah, Clive, what brings you to the rest?
Our home finds itself in need of an extra carpenter. I wondered if I might be able to borrow Bernard for a short while.
I don't mind if he don't. We're all friends here, aren't we?
Thank you, Martha. Do you know where I might find him?
He went up to Cressida on business. No idea what, mind. Place is a ruin. Far as I know, he's still there.
I'll look for him there then.
Right, well, she doesn't want anything. That doesn't mean Bernard doesn't. Stop by this shop and refill any potions.
What are you after?
I'm after potions.
Thanks very much. There you go. Take care out there, eh?
Doors. Pets. Pets. Oh. Hey.
Get it, boy.
Alright, Cressida. As much same distance, really. Is Cressida the super bigoted place we were at? Rosie is a ghost. Got it.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Chocobos not allowed in cutscenes.
If it ain't the lad who saved my life. What brings you to a place like this?
Same question.
You do, Bernard. Martha said I might find you here. I have a proposition for you.
I don't swing that way, Clive. I am
Do
flattered.
you know? Building a workshop, you say? Well, that beats tacking boards to bridges, sure enough. And if Martha didn't mind me being gone a while, then neither do I. You just tell me where you want me.
That's the spirit.
I'm getting
Are
very
you
suspicious here.
I
There it
couldn't ask a
is.
favour,
There it
could I?
is.
Before we go?
Of course.
Well, that there is Cressida, where I grew up. Ain't much left of it now, though. Except my parents' graves. But I came up here hoping to visit. I even patched up the bridge to get across. Only to find the place crawling with fiends. But you're a dab hand when it comes to dealing with beasts and bogles.
Am I? I don't know. That last fight with the flan has me
chance
thinking
you
maybe
could,
I'm not.
It's the least I can do.
Well, thank you kindly. And take care.
Slay all the creatures. Okay, cool. Genocide, is it? Mass extinction? Mass extinction. Not a problem for Clive.
This shouldn't take long.
I forgot which one I had on.
Fire it! Titan!
That's pretty strong. I was just wondering how strong it is, like fully charged up. The answer is exceptionally. Let's try to get some of that health back. Ah, they burned.
Nice try.
Meant to just go into Titan, but whatever. Oh, right out of the wind.
Nice try. Too slow.
Wrong one. Yeah, I'm liking Titan's parry. I'm liking it a lot. To get out of now the muscle memory to just dodge everything. Just stand there and parry it.
That should do it.
You made short work of that lot.
What must he be looking at
Thank
on
you,
the outside,
son.
just going, what the
Now
fuck?
my folks can rest in peace once more.
Nobody fights like this. This guy's a nutcase.
How long is it since the village was abandoned?
Oh, people started packing their things after the duchy fell. Between the Blight and the Imperials, you just couldn't make ends meet. Must be nigh on a decade since the last wagon left. Oh, it may as well have been a century, looking at the place. This isn't the Cressida I remember.
I'm sorry.
Ah, don't be. Can't live in the past, no matter how nice it might have been. Soon as I'm done saying a prayer for those that raised me, it's onto your hideaway. I'll meet you there.
Why not? Can I just put you in my bag and take you with me instead than having
That
to
should
wait?
take care of Mid's little list. Better head back before she thinks of anything else.
Alright. We haven't been on this side of the map. We haven't been able to get to this side of the map yet. So let's just see if there's anything here. You'll think I prefer Phoenix just for general mobility, you know, because you can just get to the enemy really fast. Titan's pretty good. For maybe bigger enemies, I still feel like you can just dodge the smaller ones. Slash, they don't do a whole lot of damage anyway if they hit you. Yes, if it has a stagger meter, swap to Titan. Otherwise, probably stick with it. Oh, there's gotta be a fight in here. This. Look at this. No fight this time. Or rather, no fight now, while we still have the main story quest going, but I'd say we either come back here for a mark, or... We either come back here for a mark, or maybe the story does bring us here at some point.
The little uns have been up to their old tricks again.
Get me any new stuff.
How may I help you today, Clive? Your benefactors are a generous lot. Come again. I may have more for you. Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Business is busy.
Top of my regular duties here at the Whisper, Otto has piled countless other tasks, from transcribing and sorting Stolar's reports to penning needful missives. Not that I'm complaining, mind, I enjoy writing. I have ever since I learned my letters from Jaro back in the old hideaway. Don't claim to have been his best student, though. That honor goes to Shirley.
Still.
I'd like to think Jaro would be proud of me, too, were he with us today.
Words are immortal.
They live on in others, and if the words are your own, so too will you. Do you know who told me that? It was Jara, our last lesson before Titan. Stayed with me ever since his passing and inspired me to become what I am today. I imagine we survivors all have a story like that, of someone who remains with us even though they're gone.
I'll be here waiting.
What about you, Nectar? I have completed the hunt. Did I ever tell you about the time I toured the Northern Territories?
I trust you wrapped up warm.
I did no such thing, Kupo. We Moogles don't feel the cold thanks to our exceptionally fluffy fur. We humans are the only animals up there who feel the need to dress up in the furs of those fluffier than yourselves, Kupo. In fact, that's precisely why I ended up cutting my tour short. My kindly greetings to the locals were met with a volley of arrows. I make a much better hero than I do a hat, Kupo.
Visiting hours are over, your lordship.
Haha! No, they're not.
You're right, Clive. I just need some rest.
Thanks, Tarja.
Shouldn't you be getting some rest?
Again. All you do is stand there and tell me I should be getting rest.
All right, Clive. You've all done then?
I am. I've placed your various orders, and a carpenter by the name of Bernard is on his way from Martha's Rest.
That's brilliant. Thanks, Clive.
Is there anything else you need?
Nope. Blackthorn and Lady Karen have already sent over everything I asked for, and I've got all my plans drawn up. So as soon as Bernard gets here, we can get to work. I can't wait.
Errands run. I'm like 5 points off whatever the next thing is. The Breath of Earth, the wind-up. Residual earth ether that, having failed to dissipate on the battlefield, has instead manifested into a solid form, not unlike crystal, but with an elemental purity that renders it far more potent, if not highly. Reduces wind-up cooldown time by 3 seconds. That's pretty strong. Although, I really been in a position where I needed wind-up back faster. Really.
That's my good deed for the day done. Let's see how Jill's faring.
A new kvecht is of it. 2 new kvechts are of it. But I just checked on Jill, and she said she was fine.
Ah, Clive.
Visiting hours are over?
How's Jill?
Recovering, but she still needs her rest.
Of course. Take good care of her, won't you?
I'll do my best. Oh, Gav was looking for you. He said he had something to show you in the shelves.
The shelves?
Better not be his dick
Oh,
again.
that's right. He went to ask Hippocrates about Torgor. He must have found something.
See you there with your exclamation mark. What do you want?
You have the look of a man with the twins upon his shoulders, Rodrigue.
Talia has tasked me with removing a Cursebreaker's brand. But it's my first time and I don't think I can do it. I'm afraid of what happens if I fail. You survived, I know, but there as many die as recover. Is it really worth the risk?
You don't need me to answer that. You know full well what we're fighting for. I hope as much as you that one day bearers can walk among others as equals. But until that day, a brand is a burden, and we must lift that burden in order to go undetected.
Surely everyone sees the fucking scar on your face, though.
But it's also essential, and we undergo it willingly.
I know. I still wish there was some other way. But griping
What about laser tattoo removal?
helps no one, I suppose. Don't worry. I'll do what must be done.
I know you will.
Unfortunately, the first thing that needs doing is the preparation of a draft to dull the pain. Something I can't do with the infirmary's ammonia supply so low. What few leaves we have would barely be enough for removing a splinter, let alone a brand.
Ammonia. Offer to gather some ammonia? He does seem desperate.
Just tell me what you need.
You'll go? Oh, thank you.
I didn't say yes yet.
No
I
one
said
knows
tell me
her
what you
build
need.
like Talia.
I didn't say I'd go.
And she swears by ammonia for easing pain. It's simple enough to find if you know where to look. And fortunately for you, I do. Along the river near the village of Amber over in Rosaria.
I was just fucking
Just search for the bright blue blossoms.
Hey. Get right on that.
Yeah. What's everyone whispering about?
The Lilians have been up to their
What
old
can
tricks
I
again.
do for you?
Drawing on the Dickens.
Doris.
Do you have a moment, Sid? A team of Cursebreakers has gone missing near Northreach.
Which team?
Coles. They were sent to liberate a carriage of bearers before they could be smuggled to market. They were moving in for their assault when the carriage was attacked by goblins.
Elbows.
The Cursebreaker managed to release a Stolus amid the confusion, but... this was days ago. They should be back by now, but I've heard nothing from any of them. I can't help but worry that...
They know the work is dangerous. But I'm sure they're fine.
But what if I've got them all killed?
Help. That's something you're gonna have to live with.
Before they go out, I always remind them why we're doing this, what they escaped, and what we're freeing people from. But I never really thought how my words might affect them. What risks they might take because of the things I've said.
After the search for Cole's team, I'm probably going that way.
I'll go and find them. We'll both rest easier knowing they're safe.
Thank you, Sid. And I'm sorry to trouble you with this. The plan was to intercept the slaver somewhere in the Dragon's Eyrie. I can't tell you much more than that, I'm afraid.
Why not?
That should be enough to go on.
Head of the thing.
If they were there.
Nothing's classified for me. Okay. And what's Cav want?
Jill looked white as a sheet when they brought her.
Pork.
Clive, where have you been? I've been wanting to ask you something about Torgal.
Fun.
Where did you get him, like, in the first place?
My father brought him back from one of his expeditions into the Northern Territories. They were crossing a snowfield when they heard his cries, and seeing no sign of his pack, they took him in.
He had a pack.
What do you reckon, Tomes?
It certainly adds weight to the theory. Clive, I believe that Torgal may be no mere hound, but a rare frostwolf, an animal native to the far northern reaches of Valisthea. In one of our oldest bestiaries, I found reference to a frostwolf who served as guardian to an ancient queen of the north. Such was his mastery over ether, he could cast magics on command. His name was Fenrir.
Okay, that's some lofty heritage you got there, Torgal.
Now, the annals do not state it explicitly, but I have reason to believe this queen was a dominant of Shiva, a girl from the Northern Territories and her faithful hound. One awakens as the dominant of Shiva, and the other...
You're saying that Jill granted Torgal his powers?
What?
Just like Fenrir. People called him my hound, but Torgal and Jill were inseparable. He grew up as a faithful companion to the dominant of Shiva, and years later, his powers awakened, just when his master needed him the most.
You're right. If it weren't for Torgal blasting those bastards to Kingdom Come, Jill would have been for it.
Quite. Though Torgal's power is his own, his latent birthright as a frostwolf, it had only to be unlocked.
Oh, get you, Torgal.
You're an even finer hound than we thought.
Pork.
And regarding your original concern, you need not fear for Torgal's health. Why, the beast has the appetite of a behemoth. Just this very morn, I found him with his nose buried in my nuts.
Phrasing?
There you are! I've been looking everywhere for you. Bernard's here.
Hey,
I need you to introduce
get to
us
work.
so we can get to work.
Just... sake. Is this
I
really
shan't
necessary?
be a moment.
So Torgal's some sort of snow dog. All that work just to take the sign down from in front of this. And make a desk better than mine.
Isn't it brilliant?
Where did you get this piece of stone from?
Well, I couldn't have done it without you. You and everyone else. But I promise I'll pay you back.
Wrestling
I'm
ring
gonna work my
behind her.
fingers to the bone for you lot. Starting right now. Just you wait. I'll make wonders like this world's never seen.
I will be your plot-driving device. We need a random item made to continue the
Now
quest.
that that's settled, I wonder if Vivian's made any progress tracking down Kupka.
Okay. Is this... Okay, it's not a wrestling ring. That would have been funnier. Oh well.
Thanks for letting me do this, Clive. I'll pay you back, I promise.
Okay, get started. It's started right now. Okay. We'll have to come back later on that one.
I wish Miss Littlebell would
I think I'll wait till mid's away to take a tour.
Boing, 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 boing.
How goes the hunt for Kupka?
Largely in circles.
Sick.
We have myriad sightings of strange soldiers in unexpected places, but nothing definitive as yet. If only we knew for certain by what route he left Rosalith.
The sky.
Well, keep at it. If anyone can piece this puzzle together, it's you. And I'm willing to wait as long as it takes.
Well, no. As soon as I run out of quests to do, that's as long as I'm... Come in and move the plot along? Like it's gonna wait here? Okay, guess we're waiting.
What? Here?
Would that be a problem?
Do you know, Clive? I believe it a mercy that you didn't inherit your father's throne. Your poor people would surely live in fear of you.
You have nothing to worry about on that front. I won't be claiming his crown.
That is a relief.
Clive, have you got a minute?
No. Busy waiting.
We, have a guest.
A guest?
Like the way you said that. You go. Are they actually here? Oh, uncle.
For your trouble.
It was a pleasure, in hindsight.
Uncle Byron? Clive, my boy! Tap a cask and stoke the ovens for your favourite uncle is here!
My only uncle. By default, my favorite and least favorite uncle. Meanwhile, in the Crystal Dominion, well, formerly the Crystal Dominion, seat of the Imperial Court.
The Dalmekian government sues for peace. How shall we respond?
I'll know.
If they're willing to accept their fault in the matter, I see no reason to refuse them.
Still, we must insist on substantial reparations. The Twinside stores are not as bottomless as reported.
Aye, and we have many more mouths to feed. We shall just have to have the Dalmecs empty their treasuries for us.
They'll definitely go for it.
Of course, none of this would have been possible without your timely intervention, Prince Olivier.
Indeed, I doubt any of us would have had the courage to trade words with the mighty Titan, nor less the wit to win him over.
The Empire owes you a great debt.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you, Your Highness.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
Very good.
You're not the Crown Prince?
Now, let us come to the question of precisely when the Dalmecs will withdraw their troops.
Dion's fire could rid us of them in mere moments. The men of the Fist will not withdraw until a peace treaty is concluded. So let us keep the negotiations open, give them time to gather what gold and trinkets they can, and once they deliver that which we demand, what worth is a piece of parchment?
This
Your
fucking
Radiance,
guy.
were Prince Dion to take the field, the enemy would surely send their own dominant to meet him. And while His Highness would of course prevail, there would be heavy losses on both.
You need not fear Hugo Kupka. He is engaged on the Western Front. Even were the Dalmex to send for him, he would not arrive in time. As much as I would enjoy witnessing a clash between Bahamut and Titan, it is not to be.
And what of your subjects, Your Radiance? If the fighting spread to the city proper, the people would bear the brunt of it.
There will be losses.
I don't care.
It is true.
It's not going to be me, so who cares?
Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred.
So it's this fucking guy,
For
holy
every
shit.
home that burns, another can be built.
Yeah, we'll just conquer
The
another
Empire
city
will
instead.
live on.
That is cartoonishly evil.
Dion?
Yes, sire.
Has his stim nearby.
Prepare for battle.
But sire...
Do not make me repeat myself. Return to your camp and await my orders.
If that is your wish, Your Radiance,
I guess Olivia, he just
I shall
doesn't
depart at once.
I get the feeling Dion's not really on board with this plan. I think he knows who's to blame for it.
May Gregor forgive you.
What do the astrologers augur?
The stars are in agreement, Your Radiance. The shadow of treachery hangs over Prince Dion.
Yes, but whose treachery? Daddy's?
So
Or his
Annabella's
own?
tales were true. You disappoint me, Dion.
What on earth is Uncle Byron doing here? Only one way to find out.
There's probably a couple of ways to find out. Sure. There's one very direct way to find out.
There's just one thing after another around here.
You know, I hadn't noticed, but a lot of games that have cloth physics, like free cloth, like Lives, when you get into an elevator, they just go insane. And they go just whip all the way up to the top. That doesn't happen in this elevator, or in this game in general. Wonder why.
Ah, my dear nephew, how I've missed you.
How did you find this place, Uncle?
Through the good offices
I have
of
a
young Sir Wayne.
tracker on you.
He really is the most helpful fellow. As are you, I hear.
The Guardians and those they freed tell the most outlandish tales of your heroics in Rosalith. Which is why I came, to learn the full truth of the matter. Sort the fact from the fiction, so to speak.
You were working with the Guardians of the Flame to evacuate the people of Rosalith to Port Isolde.
I was, aye.
Then I have questions for you. Please, come inside, Uncle.
Yeah, hey, didn't happen to see Hugo Kupka go past?
You there?
Yes.
There are 2,000 gold talents in those chests. See that they're added to my nephew's coffers, would you?
2,000! Which is, I think a talent is like 1,000 by itself, so it's 2 million.
And I'm afraid that is all I know.
A fleet sailing south past Port Isolde. Most intriguing.
Forgive me for not being able to tell you more. I hadn't the faintest idea Kupka withdrew wounded from Rosalith. Still less that my own nephew dealt the decisive blow.
What do you think, Vivian?
I think, with this news of the Dalmekian fleet and recent reports of the Royalists' movements, that the final piece of the puzzle has fallen into place.
I think it's a lot more than that.
Come here and I'll show you. It is known that
I will regale you with news of the talent after this.
Via its unguarded coast. So can the same be said of your visitors from Waloed? Certainly, her Royal Navy is famed for the efficiency with which it bears her knights from one battlefield to the next. And in the Einherjar, or Black Galleon, she boasts a vessel nigh as swift and every bit as feared as the kingdom's legendary cavalry. A fitting flagship for
that's
a
a bit
land
cheating,
apart,
don't you think?
her naval presence being crucial to her ambitions beyond Ash.
But their cavalry and their
It seems safe to
navy
assume that
is
the
both
Royalists did
very good.
indeed enter Rosaria from the sea. So then, had you a vested interest in Titan's survival, whither would you take him?
Oh.
Why home to Drake's Fang, a place rich enough in ether to conjure the magics needed to mend his hurts. But would that not entail an arduous voyage around the southern cape? Let us say that the Royalists did put ashore with a mind to spirit Kupka away from under your very nose. Could that truly have been their plan for him? To load him aboard one of the ships flying Republican colors sighted off the coast near Port Isolde. To spend weeks at sea, being tossed hither and yon by unforgiving waves, his life hanging in the balance.
Okay. And I guess I hadn't thought of how long
The journey would mean Titan's death, and Kupka's faithful creatures would not allow it. So what then
they
was
took the
the
direct
plan of our Waluda friends? Reports suggest they made not for the coast, but for the desert. And by cutting through the Velcroy, a party traveling light would have Titan back in his bed days before a galley could lurch into port. To wit, it was the Royalists, not the Republicans, who effected Hugo Kupka's safe retreat. I would stake your life on it.
Why my life? Stake your own life on it. Okay, so yeah, obviously that's what it is. I don't know why we were even questioning
it was
this.
the Waluders who spirited the wretch away. Now I think about it, there was something a little strange about the ships I saw. The men seemed almost crestfallen, as if in mourning, as if they believed, or were made to believe, that their master was dead.
You have a keen mind, Lord Rosfield. And you have your answer. To find Kupka, you have merely to follow the Royalist trail across the Velcroy. It may well have gone cold by now, but as they say in the Republic, all roads lead to Drake's Fang.
Oh, he's in Drake's Fang then.
Accompany you part of the way. As luck would have it, I had intended to journey Canberward on business after visiting you here. The Fang would be but a short detour.
I'd be glad of the company. Give me a moment to make
Rather
ready.
we not get our uncle killed.
I need to tell my friends
Much
what
our
we've
only
learned
family left.
and where we're going.
Very well, but be quick about it, my boy. Time waits for no man.
Mid's finished outfitting her little workshop, I hear.
Otto, Kupka's at Drake's Fang.
Oh shit.
I'll be leaving before sunset.
That's where his house
You're
is.
not going in there alone, are you?
Don't worry. I'm not going there to destroy the Mother Crystal.
Why not? It's there.
All I'm after is Kupka's head.
Do it.
I won't risk any more than I have to. I promise.
The Lanza and the Fang are all Kupka's personal fiefdom. You have any trouble on the way, you ask for Rosina Dalamil. Some call her the Desert Hare.
Who is she?
You call her that?
An old associate of Sid's, and only Sid's. All I know is the name, and that they used to meet at the Dalamil Inn. We've heard nothing from her since he died. But I'm thinking maybe the new Sid might be able to bring her back into the fold.
Thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
So, what about your uncle? I mean, he's welcome to stay, but...
Don't look so worried. He'll be coming with me.
Thank fuck for that.
Gav, Otto, I'm leaving you two in charge.
You can count on us.
What about Jill? Tarja? And, like, so many other people you should probably be in charge. Okay. Turn to Byron. Oh, he's already moved. Okay.
All right, Uncle. I'm ready to depart. Shall we?
We shall. Come, let us away to adventure.
Whole new map area we're going to, guys. The Velkroid Desert, a vast arid sea of sand and stone that has been slowly consuming Western Dalmekia since time immemorial. First, we're gonna go here, and there, and do those things. But first, even before all that, I need to take a piss. And then first, even before all that, what's a talent? A talent of gold is not 1,000 gold. I think I might have got that from a different video game or something, because they were just making it convenient. A talent is a weight of gold. It is the weight of a man, effectively, is what it's supposed to be. But like the metric I think they put down for it is like somewhere between 30 and 50 kilograms, which is a very small man. Anyway, that's how much a talent is. So if he has 2,000, we'll say, make it easy, 50 kilograms is 2,000 of them. He has 1,100 kilograms. And 5 zeros. God. 100,000 kilograms of gold. Jesus Christ, how the fuck did he sail across? How did he even manage to sail across? Anyway, I'll be back in a minute because I gotta piss. That's the wrong button. I'll be back in a minute. back to it. So, the Harmonia one is literally where we were. Just the fucking ooze better not be back. I assume then we just have Torx. Oh, and Byron. Interesting.
Ready, go?
Byron have a chocobo? He does. Interesting.
Fly, Ambrosia.
The river was easy enough to find. Now for those herbs.
Looks like these can't be launched. Okay, okay, okay. Come here. Alright. There are plants.
This is the only plant around here with blue flowers. I hope it's the right one. Should be enough to keep the infirmary stocked for a while. Hopefully this will put Rodriguez's mind at ease.
After it.
Hey, and then the next one, Dragon Aerie. Different, yeah.
Nice too.
It's not that far, we can just walk it. Sprint it, I guess. Alright, where's the lads? There. Alright, who's missing?
Cole, I'm glad you're in one piece.
Just about. Sid, if you don't mind me asking, what are you doing here?
Doris sent me to find you. She hasn't heard anything since the attack. She's been worried about you.
I sent a runner to the Dame in Northreach. The hideaway should have learned of our survival yesterday.
Well, I'm here now. And it looks like you freed the bearers.
Only some. The rest locked themselves in the slaver's carriage rather than fleeing when they had the chance. I want to help them, Sid. But we're barely in any state to protect those few we did save.
You made the right decision. Now where's the carriage?
The goblins may still be out there.
You have duties to attend to here. See to the injured.
And handle the gobos.
I'll handle the rest.
All right. Just follow the path to the south. You'll come across the carriage soon enough. And please, hurry. If the beastmen get to those bearers, the poor souls will be eaten alive.
I won't let that happen.
Thank you. And Sid, it's good to see you.
Don't thank me just yet.
It's like right there. They could fucking see it. If they had fucking bows, they could have just taken these guys out.
They're trying to get into the carriage. Too slow. It's over. Titan!
Too early. It's nice. Very too late. Too early. I get myself killed just trying to do this. I lost so much health just trying to parry. Guy with the slowest attack in the game.
Who are you?
A friend. Are there any more survivors? Why didn't you flee with the others? If the goblins had made it through that door, you wouldn't have stood a chance.
Why should we run? One miserable death's no worse than another.
Perhaps.
Deep depression you got there.
But we're here to give you another choice. Freedom, safety, the life you've been denied. Come with us. Let us protect you.
Sid, I couldn't just let you... You weren't too late then. Thank the gods.
This man risked his life to save yours. To give you a second chance.
Fine. Do with us what you will.
What we'll do with you is take you to safety. After that, it's up to you. Your lives are your own now.
You can leave the rest to us, Sid. We'll get everyone back to the hideaway.
You're a bit intense.
Thank you.
You're a bit intense, Sid.
I'll let Doris know we're expecting new arrivals.
Alright, turn these in and then we'll get going. I had been reading like some reviews and impressions and stuff about the game. Like generally it's positive.
The little ones have
I
been
think it's been pretty well received game. But one of the issues has been pacing. And it's that these kind of almost filler things are just interjected.
Sid, welcome back. A Stolas from the Dame arrived not long after you left. If I'd just waited a little longer, I might have been able to deal with things myself. Or maybe I wouldn't. I keep making the wrong decisions.
Cole and the others got home safely. You made exactly the right decision.
No, I was lucky. I've been tracking that slaver for months, and then I sent Cole and you after them, woefully unprepared.
How are you supposed to know Gobbos were about to
sends
attack?
people into danger without considering all the risks?
Best
I should have
kind.
urged greater caution, told Cole to be wary, to pull back at the first sign of trouble.
We swore the same oath as you, Doris.
It's good to see you safe and well, Cole. I'm sorry.
With all due respect, we Cursebreakers don't risk our lives because you commanded of us. We risk them because we believe in our cause. No one with doubts ever joins our ranks. The agony of removing the brand more than sees to that.
We all know how much bravery that takes.
Cole, I never doubted your courage. Only my ability to see it put to good use. Thank you for your faith in me. I'm not sure I deserve it. I sometimes wonder
That's some
if I might
strong
prefer to
imposter
risk
syndrome
death
you got
for
there.
the others than ask it of them. But I'm a curse breaker. I swore an oath too. I have a role to play, and I must trust that I'm the right one to play it.
You will. In time.
Okay, let's deliver the herbs.
I hope you didn't have too much trouble finding the ammonia.
Only the usual.
Sorry, I wanted to read that. Oh well.
Oh, yes. This is it. And more than I was expecting. I dare say the patient won't feel a thing. That is, unless I...
Unless...
You'll do fine. Talia trusts you.
They won't feel a thing. Unless...
Which means I trust you. The hideaway would be lost without skilled physicers like yourself.
Thank you for the kind words. Truly. But...
There'll be no buts.
I'm sorry. I'm still terrified. The brand is more than just ink on flesh. It's a death sentence. Milk of the wyvern tail lurking just below the surface of the skin. One ill-conceived incision, a single slip, and the poison fouls the patient's blood. Failure means death, and even success means tremendous pain. Days of agony as the wound heals. I became a physiker to help people, not to kill them. I don't want to kill anyone.
Then don't.
Cursebreakers lead hard lives. And the operation is only the beginning. They toil in the shadows, risking life and limb, knowing their efforts will win them neither glory nor acclaim. And yet we never won for volunteers. Why do you think that is?
Conviction? They're willing to die?
They're willing to fight. To give their lives to create a world where people like us can be more than mere possessions. I know your work isn't easy. But neither is going under the knife. Be a shoulder for your patients to lean on. Stay strong for them.
You sound like Tyre. Do you know what she once told me?
Well, shut up.
It's natural for a patient to feel like they're suffering in solitude. And it's a physicist's duty to see that they don't. Thank you for helping me remember that. I won't falter. Not again.
Okay. Should be able to get something else. Desiree. And it looks like Nectar has new marks. A hill to die on. Among Republican merchants, reports abound of caravans being crushed by a black boulder. A creature indeterminate in nature, but quite decided in size, strength, and spite. He or she who took it upon themselves to seek out and slay this black mass would earn the eternal gratitude not only of the desert traders, but of the curse breakers who risk life and limb with every trip through the Velcro. That's where we're going. Might bump into it. Hey. Ray, do you have anything for us?
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon. Come to claim your just desserts?
Reward? My just rewards, you mean, right? Not my just desserts. Not long ago, I was accosted by footpads as I walked the gilded path, and would have perished alone in the desert had not the curse breakers come to my aid. I owe them my life. May this token serve well. Traveling Terpsichorian. Terpsichorian? The fuck is a Terpsichorian? I'm assuming it's a musician of some kind? Terpsichore. It's a terpsichore. Nope. Artist. Terpsichore, or Terpsichore A. Oh, it's one of the muses, patron of lyrics, poetry, and dancing. Okay, so it's just like a troubadour, I think, is the idea. So a Terpsichorean. B. Terpsichorean is a dancer. Okay. Sure, give me Direwolf Jess.
You earned this.
And 350 is the next.
Come again. I may have more for you.
Alright, let's move this along. So, Velcroy Desert of northwestern Dalmekia, vast arid sea. Oh no, it is still a vast arid sea. The Dalmekian Republic. Single one of you brought a parasol or a...
I was a young man when last I walked this path.
Torgal's used to northern areas. Dying in this heat.
There's an old trading post not far from here. The road to Drake's Fang leads through it.
The trading post it is.
Riddle of the Sands. Just keep an eye out for a big boulder-looking thing.
Report to the ship as soon as possible. We're bang, okay?
Thanks for the follow.
Our destination lies over that dune.
Throw balls.
The ruins. Mark them well, Clive. It's all too easy to lose one's bearings in the sands.
Yeah. Thanks, Pro Balls. I'll look you up after this. I was a big, giant, notorious mark thing.
Many years ago, when you were just a boy, you and I rode this way together, accompanying your father on a scouting expedition to Drake's Fang.
He let me come with you.
I'm not surprised you don't remember. It was just before Joshua was born. You were so eager to be there when your brother arrived that you whipped your chocobo too hard on the journey home and fell from the saddle.
That doesn't sound like me.
I shall never forget how Elwyn fussed over you as you sat in the sand, falling like a babe.
You must be thinking of a different Clive. I would... sign of notorious mark. I'd rather fight him while we have a companion. Anyway, they might be past the outpost.
Those soldiers were in the end.
So, Lord Cook has...
Lord Byron's pretty fast for an old guy.
There she is, the good old Dalamil Inn. Do you know, this heat has given me quite a thirst. Quick drink before we press on?
Why not? What kind of drink? Alcohol will not help us, you know. Not out in the desert. Orgs?
Look, there. Those are Ashen steeds. No doubt about it.
And such a long ride from Stone here. Our Waluda friends must be soothing their saddle sores in the inn. Shall we join them?
The person we're supposed to meet in the inn, I don't think
Run
it's
along
going to be
and play
too...
now, Torgal. Dogs aren't allowed inside.
Not a dog, he's a wolf. Bullshit. Talk about the storms off. It's fucking bullshit. Should be allowed in. They're definitely not going to recognize you, Clive. You're not the only character with some actual design. Hey, we're on the lookout for some sexy dude. That's a pretty sexy dude over there. That can't be him, though. He's got his hood up. The boys. Won't be too obvious now, Byron.
Good day to you. Eating?
Sorry about my pal. He only talks when his mouth's full. What do you recommend?
Well, if you're after something light, we do a fine chocobo soup with lentils and honey.
2 bowls of that, then. An ale.
Right you are.
Hey, girl!
Coming!
Wait, what about our soup?
Pal? Would you rather be my squire?
Meat and cheese, is it? Some of that shit. It's going. Friend upstairs. Does somebody need to give him a hand? Oh, a different friend is upstairs. See, Joshua is still fucked. Really wash that glove.
Your Grace, it is plain you are not yet well enough to travel.
If you would only let me take you to someone who can better attend to your ills.
No.
Such as?
We must press on.
Don't think anyone knows.
Prince Theon has returned to his camp and will soon depart for the front.
Nobody knows how to heal
at all costs.
evil
Miss this
megalomaniacal
chance and I
maniac
may never
in
get
my
another.
chest syndrome.
You do understand that?
Yes, Your Grace. But you must at least agree to take your medicine. I'll fetch you some water.
Fucking thick is that door? Shit. What thick wood? Hugo's not here, maybe. There are Willuder guys, so they're probably on their way back. Oh, Clive. Oh, recognize her. I don't think he's ever.
Keep watch, they tell us. But all I see is sand.
I hear they got our guest back to the Fang without any trouble. He'll be leaving soon enough.
He's a pikeman. Where's his
Why
pike?
the Lord Commander dragged us all this way just to save that blockhead skin, I'll never know. Dominant or not, he's a bloody idiot.
Loose lips, my boys.
Then.
Iran.
Well, let's get this down us. We've a long way to go.
Hey, you.
Oh dear.
Uncle?
Sorry.
Is she gonna recognize Clive? Oh.
Can you walk, Your Grace?
What's wrong?
I fear trouble may be brewing downstairs.
How thick that door is, it's ridiculous. I can't get over how fucking thick it is.
You two are travelers, are you not? Me and my companions are strangers here. Perhaps you'd be good enough to accompany us a while. Help us find our way.
Sorry, lads, but we've got business in camera that can't wait.
Ah, I'm sure you could spare us an hour or two.
Let's get the fuck out of here. Yeah, okay, we're ready. Let's go. I want to stay and watch them. No, let's get fucking. Okay, let's go upstairs. Delicious soup. Some of that bread too.
I'm afraid we don't have a moment to lose.
Oh.
Stay back, Uncle.
Gladly.
Don't eat my soup. Yep.
The outlaw! Take it!
Good luck with that, lads.
Try it.
Bravo, my boy! Just like that!
Nice try.
Oops. You guys suck. Enemies bullied once again. Surely Joshua must have heard that and be like, "Huh? know those moves.
For your trouble.
Does he just have them on hand all the time?
Word of advice, miss. That soup could do with a touch more salt.
Yeah, you're not meant to chug it, Byron. So we're meant to like talk to somebody who owns the inn, aren't we? Pretty pissed. Just recognize me now. Can't help but notice you haven't moved. Joshua, you're supposed to be getting ready to fuck out of here.
Now's our chance.
Oh. Right now.
Your Grace?
I'm fine.
It's okay. It's the final boss in my chest. It was definitely a fantastic idea I had. Yeah, Mike. Okay, fine. To be fair, it kept us alive, but still, it's not the smartest move. Does she not know who Clive is? I didn't break all those tables. Ew. Bye.
Clive?
Byron will be thrilled too. You can catch him in time. Just hold the feather up. Wherever it goes brightest, that's where he is. Didn't even need to check. He was right there. At the window, quick. Out. Oh, just the plate. Carrots.
What is it now?
Uncle.
There's nothing.
How do I bring this
Let's
fucking
go.
up? You don't just fucking look like you've seen a ghost and then sprint off when it's nothing. Yeah, it works. That's right. That's right. You should let me in. Dogs are definitely allowed. Look at this.
Where are you?
Well, we didn't know where to find Kupka before. We do now.
The Royalists said it themselves. Their guest is in the Fang. We should press on before any more of their friends turn up.
Made from the stoutest stoneware. Won't chip, won't crack, no matter how rocky the road.
Yeah, bullshit. Looks like we're not getting out of here.
Ah, they've closed the road. And it's the only way from here to the Fang.
It literally just climbed the
It
wall.
would seem Lord Kupka is not accepting visitors at present.
We have to get through that gate.
Not by force, I trust. We've attracted quite enough unwanted attention already.
Oh, I excel
By
at that.
guile, then. Perhaps the Desert Hare can offer us her aid.
Now that we've
Rosina
destroyed her
woman
inn.
of mystery. But how will we find her? We know naught of her but her name.
And that she was working with Sid. Sid's other collaborators have all been people of means. The wealthiest and most successful members of their communities. I'll wager this Rosina Dalamel is the same.
That would certainly help to narrow the search. We need only inquire as to who is in charge of
I think it's more they're people.
And that's exactly what I mean to do.
Power or influence, not necessarily mean. The two people figure out where she is. Any of these people? Not the soldiers, they're not gonna help.
Light it for
Just-
Gilbert's sake.
Hey, buddy.
Anything I can help you with, travelers?
Allow me. My good man, we represent one of the oldest and greatest trading houses of Port Isolde. We're seeking to expand our business in the region and would very much like to make the acquaintance of Dalamil's leading entrepreneurs. If only we knew where to find them.
Well, we're best known for our baths, our markets, and our smithies. I suppose you could do worse than start your search at one of those.
That's it is.
Thank you. You've been most helpful. Oh, you wouldn't happen to know a lady by the name of Rosina Dalamil, would you?
No, I can't say I do.
Well, thank you all the same.
Subtle. Real subtle, Byron. Sick. Even if he did know somebody by that name, he definitely wouldn't fucking tell us. Okay, let's not allow Uncle this time.
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
Oh yeah, very busy.
I won't keep you long.
You were conversing with the tent
I'm
there a
looking for
moment ago.
someone. A woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil. Do you know her?
Never heard of her. Is that all?
One more question. If I wanted
Why
to
so
find the
rude?
richest trader in town, where would you recommend that I look?
Well, that's easy. The Briar's Kiss. Won't find a finer smithy this side of the strait. The owner's only a young sprig, but he's got all the right ideas.
The Briar's Kiss, you say? Thank you.
I doubt this young sprig is the person we're looking for. You said Sid's contact was likely to be an influential sort. Influence comes with age and experience. Believe you me.
I don't know, Sid. I'm
Light it
pretty
for
young.
Gilbert's
I mean,
sake.
Byron.
You're a bearer, aren't you?
Clive is pretty young and he's head of the whole fucking rebellion right now.
Looks like we won't be getting back to Drake's Fang anytime soon.
Well, it's not like we've got a reason to.
Mummy, I want to play with the crystal.
How many times do I have to tell you? It's not a toy.
Can't help but think we've moved away from mostly just coming back here now to see if there's a chest or something. Back in town, then. Upstairs, maybe? Let's try upstairs.
Fucking men of the wrong. Anytime they pull their snouts out of Cook's trough is when they want to know what to do.
Doesn't look like it's upstairs.
Hanging lanterns, keep the darkness from your door.
Look, Father. Hot water.
Just look at the
Anything I can interest you in? Fare you well.
Hey, you.
Can I help you? Yes, I'm looking for a woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil. A long-standing pillar of your community, I believe, from old trading stock.
Then you should ask further. He's been here for years. Knows the place and its people like the back of his hand. And he's in with all the old merchant families. Try the baths.
The guy-
That's where you'll usually find him.
Thank you kindly.
It's the voice actor from Vampire. Again.
Well, it sounds like we have our man.
That.
Perhaps. Let's go and find out exactly what this Furter knows. Excuse me. Are you Furter?
I am. Can I help you, travelers?
I hope so. You've lived here for some time, is that correct? Do you know Rosina Dalamil? We believe she may be a trader of some renown.
And what business do you have with the Desert Hare?
She was a close friend of mine. I was hoping she might be able to help me.
Very well. Go to the Bordello. I'll arrange an introduction.
See? Wonder will they just
think we can trust him?
Absolutely not.
Only as far as I think he trusts us.
So you're the ones who've been sniffing around?
I beg your pardon?
Don't play the fool. Stick your nose in our business and you're likely to lose it.
You've got a great view of the fight back there. Too early. Way too early.
It's over. But a scratch.
That should do it. Enemies bullied. I mean, they're definite. What? I mean, some guy I fucking stabbed him while he was on the ground. And they're not bested. They're dead.
Who are you working for? Him or her?
Him. The boss. He wanted us to test you.
Though one could hardly call that a test.
Lord Furter?
Look what the cat dragged in.
Your skill with the blade is rare indeed, my lord. A fitting talent for an outlaw.
You know who I am. So what now? Call in the Men of the Rock and collect the bounty?
That isn't my decision to make. Our work is done. Take him to meet his precious Rosina. She will be interested to make his acquaintance.
Yes, my lord. To the Lock of Leisure, then.
To the Lock of Leisure.
Of leisure. It's the baths you spelled lock wrong.
Plates and pots! Bowls and basins!
Kneaded to a silken softness, like eating a cloud with a...
Once you go flat, you never go flat. What?
Take a sniff, good sir.
My carpets!
Is this the place?
Lubor's Forge. The Briar's Kiss.
Ah, so it was the young sprig after all. So much for Rosina Dalamil being a woman of experience. How wrong I was.
It was an easy mistake to make, Uncle. After all, it must have been years since Sid last saw her. Sorry, him. Whoever this Lubor truly is, he's clearly a man of means. I'd say he deserves our respect.
The Lock of Leisure, the name.
See that he gets
Market, maybe?
Lubor, Lord Furder told me to bring them to you.
My boys tell me you're in need of assistance. Sid the Second.
I won't waste your time. I need passage through the south gate.
Tell me, what do you think is a merchant's most important commodity? Why, trust. Everyone knows that. Without it, you have nothing. And nothing is exactly what you have. And so, for you, I, too, have nothing. I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that wanders in off the street.
Well, we're not lost.
I'm a busy man, as you can see.
Yes, very busy.
Let's leave this mummer to his farce.
By all means. Find someone else to help you on your way. Just be sure to tell them you're not the two travelers from the inn the guards are looking for. Don't want them jumping to conclusions, do we?
Why, you...
What do you think you're gonna do? Really?
So,
come on. You beat the shit out of like 10 of your guys.
What do we need to do to earn your trust?
I like this one. Willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants. Ha! Men like you have a special place in my heart. Why, you ask? Because they get me what I want. Always.
Yes, which is...
Fine. So what do you want?
Don't tell me you're going to listen to this swaggering scruff.
We might as well hear him out. It's only natural that an ally of Sid's would seek assurances of strangers. Assuming he is an ally, of course. 5 years ago, he would have still been a boy.
And yet even then I had more good sense than a man, 5 times my age? But enough of the pleasantries. We were speaking of what I want. I want you to put an end to the trouble in Dalamil. Return to me when you have done so.
Seems like
and you'll
killing you
have
would
my
probably
aid.
do that.
Until then, I bid you good day.
What trouble? If you're going to give us orders, be clear about them, damn you.
Manners, Greybeard. One catches more damselflies with honey than with vinegar.
What did you
You catch them with a net too, though.
My apologies. A word of advice in recompense. Follow the crystals. Oh, but that was 3. Oh, I'm making this too easy for you.
Ha! It will be easy. Solving his little riddle should be like dealing with him. Child's play. Let us divide our forces, Clive. I'd rather not drag this parlor game on any longer than we need to.
All right. Good luck, Uncle.
Stick with Torgal. He'll figure it out.
I thought we were the only ones causing trouble in Dalamil.
Alright, let's have a speak with the townspeople moment. For the best drop in Dalamil, visit the final sting. Wait, I won't be doing that, but okay. Speak with the Chocobo. Hey, you. What's the trouble in Dalamel? Something.
Excuse me. Is it true there's been trouble with crystals of late?
You've heard, then?
Yes.
Rumors.
Definitely.
Damn thieves. Pilfering the crystals that were meant to fill our cups and light our stoves. Us common folk have hardly had a shard to share between us these last few moons. And it isn't as if we can buy them on the black market either. Whoever's taking them, they aren't sharing.
Interesting. I wonder if maybe when they came through, they possibly took a bunch of crystals for Hugo to, like, stabilize him, maybe, with the ether? And then they just never gave them back? Or possibly couldn't give them back because there was nothing to give back?
Do you have a moment?
I have many.
Depends what for.
Just a question. Dalamil seems to be thriving compared to the other villages I came through on the way. Is there a reason for that?
Well, we're a stone's throw from Drake's Fang for one. The soldiers guarding the Mother Crystal and the shipments need a place to spend their hard-earned gil. The men of the Rock throw their money about like there's no tomorrow.
Is that so? Well, thank you. Don't let me keep you from your work any longer.
Okay. Hey, weird guy who asked me a weird question. I won't interrogate that any further than I. What about you, Torgal?
All right, boy.
This giant head.
Light meat and
Fresh
tart.
bread, warm from the oven.
You wouldn't believe how much he gave me. Well, What can I do for you, soldier? Need that sword polishing?
I'm not a soldier.
Ugh, then be off with you. I serve the men of the Rock and the men of the Rock only.
Gross.
You have an agreement with them?
Don't be stupid. I just know which side my bread is buttered. Don't want to be stuck under some pauper when they come knocking. With pockets deeper than Zemeckis and an urge to empty them. No, just leave, will you? Before you scare them off.
How could I possibly scare off such strapping men?
Idea of what's been going on. I wonder if Uncle Byron's learned anything of use. He'll probably be back at the inn by now.
Are we assuming that the men of the Rock have taken all of the crystals?
What was all that crashing and banging about before?
Nothing.
Some out-of-towners picked a fight with the guard item.
No, they didn't.
It's you, the one who broke all our furniture.
No.
What do you want?
They broke all the
Haven't
furniture.
you caused enough trouble already?
And I threw them into
I'm looking for my pal. Have you seen him?
The gentleman who was with you? Yes, he's upstairs, but...
Thank you. I'll go and fetch him.
What?
The inn's a mess of blood-soaked splinters, thanks to you. The least you can do is let us clean up in peace.
Thanks
I told
to
the guard
me.
those soldiers started it. Don't need any more trouble.
They did start it. Nothing would have happened if they hadn't started it. Blame me. Where you at, Uncle? Door? Nope. Alright, well, following this then. Me. Hi, we're an Uncle Byron. We're okay. Here.
Huh?
Will this suffice as a deposit?
By the sands. That's a black pearl.
One of the many treasures in my collection that I would be only too happy to part with, should you give me reason to do so.
All right. I'm sure that we can come to an agreement, but not here.
You doing,
what are
Uncle?
you doing, Uncle?
That's my line.
Care to explain why you're giving gifts to Kupka's men?
Bait, my boy. One cannot catch one's prey without it. And I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I started by asking around the markets as to where I might purchase crystals. I had no luck, of course. It's forbidden to trade in such things. But my uncharacteristic indiscretion just happened to attract the attention of those uniformed ruffians. They took me aside and said they could procure the crystal I sought if I proved I could pay for it.
So the pearl was your proof?
I thought they'd ask for more. A second-rate specimen like that would only fetch 500,000 or so. A small price to pay for admittance to the underworld. But enough about my little act of subterfuge. What did you discover?
That the supply of crystals has dried up of late. And some people seem to think they're being stolen. Meanwhile, members of Kupka's private guard have been spending money all over town. I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning off crystals meant for elsewhere and pocketing the profits.
I'll wager you're right.
We'll meet with them then, just as you arranged, and put an end to the trouble Lubor spoke of.
Ha! That preening popinjay thought this would be difficult. It just goes to show one should never underestimate a Rosfield. We'll soon wipe that smirk off his face.
The bets he's stealing.
I arranged to meet with the soldiers in a secluded corner of the Velcroy, far from prying eyes.
The perfect place for a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can count on your support, if things turn sour.
If.
Of course.
If, he says.
Why is the tavern shut?
Why is the rum gone? Oh, go that way. Okay. So gotta keep our eyes out for Notorious Mark. Notorious MRK. There's nobody here, Uncle.
I'll take it from here.
It's fairly damning.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming, my lord. You've brought your contribution?
All the silver and stones I could scrape together at such short notice?
You brought the whole 500 talents.
That was the price we agreed upon, yes? If you've no objections, I'd like to see the crystal.
Of course. Right this way, my lord.
Okay, I think they are using talents here as more of a unit of currency rather than its historical thing.
Not bad at all. You weren't lying about the clarity. But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road, what guarantee have I that it wouldn't be seized as property of the Republic?
Because these crystals are no longer the property of the Republic. You're not buying from us. You're buying from them.
And we have no more jurisdiction here than you, my lord. But we have ships, and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing, now that our price has been met.
Royalists, eh? What brings you here?
Why, to collect their share of Drake's Fang's blessing, of course. Our nations are allies, and so they are entitled to a portion of the Mother Crystal's bounty. And, being such good friends, we elected to increase that portion and share the benefits. And now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Waloed, we are duty-bound not to interfere, no matter where they might happen to end up next.
Did you get all that? They're in cahoots!
So it would seem.
My lord, what is the meaning of this?
Double-crossing dogs. They're not here to do business. Kill them.
They are not here to do business. Seems to be you.
It's not over yet, Uncle. I'm just getting warmed up.
Alright. Where's this prick? Here he is. No, that's not him. Where is he? No, it must be you. Fuck's sake, how many of them are there? Did I somehow teleport with somebody? Did I bring them with me? I didn't think you could do that. Turbos.
Slow. All yours, Torgal.
We done? Bonk. Get him, Uncle.
It's over.
Okay, I'm assuming NPCs can't kill enemies. You just reduce them to 0 hit points? Or 1 hit point?
Well,
Wow.
that wasn't too bad.
That was an aggressive
That's like
put
my
away of your
performance,
axe.
huh? I've often played the villain on the stage. I think I did the role justice. Don't you?
Greybeard, you were magnificent. The battle scene was particularly thrilling. Such a shame you didn't have more of an audience, but perhaps that's for the best.
How long have you been watching?
Long enough to witness your uncle's sordid transaction. I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself so thoroughly, buying one's way into the confidence of degenerates. Ingenious.
This was the trouble you spoke of. The men of the Rock taking
No.
crystals meant for the common folk,
Thanks, though.
conspiring with
Appreciate
the
it.
royalists.
This isn't the one I meant, though.
Well, now it's over.
Indeed it is. The people of Dalamil had scarcely any means of redress against Kupka's men, let alone a foreign army. Until you two came along, that is. Well, we'd better get these crystals back to town. You won't mind waiting with them while I fetch a wagon.
Many hours later.
It occurs to me that I still don't know your name.
Clive.
So, Sid the Second is a Clive.
Listen, Lubor.
I suppose it could have been worse. Well, Clive, you held up your end of the bargain, so I must do the same. Passage through the South Gate, was it not? To tell the truth, you've helped a little there too. Many of the guards have already been redeployed to deal with the issue of their missing comrades. And those left behind have been encouraged to look the other way should you attempt to pass through.
Thank you. And please allow me to cover your costs.
I know.
You still have the purse I gave to the soldiers, I trust? I saw you pluck it from one of the bodies.
Oh, dear. Was I really so obvious?
And my name is not Greybeard. It is Lord Byron Rosfield, thank you very much.
Don't use our real names.
Thank you very much, Greybeard.
Of all the... Ugh!
Here, wear this.
What? More badges. Except the Desert Rose from the... I did not.
Any friend of mine who
Forced it
sees
upon
you
me.
with it shall be a friend of yours.
Thank you, Lubor.
Oh, he was a desert
And
hare.
Please, feel free to send one of my Stoluses back to your people. Tell them that Rosina Dalamil is back in bed with Sid.
Omia Lostelan. Tuisa Gelith.
Hey, anyone gonna explain how these things work?
I'm trusting you, Sid. Or should I say, Clive?
How do you say it like that? Just say Sid.
So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold.
Been holding this handshake too long. Feels weird now.
Well then, I wish you a safe journey south.
Thank you.
Not at all. It was my pleasure.
We've already done the handshake bit. You can leave now. Did the thing.
Come on, Uncle. Let's go.
I've never even forged a butter knife before. Perhaps Forge Master Luber's having fun at my expense.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Neither would I.
Oh, wait. Are you Clive?
Fuck's sake, he's telling everybody my
Sorry,
name.
my mind was elsewhere. I'm Sava, Master Luber's
least accomplished apprentice.
Is that an actual title?
Soon to be former apprentice if I don't pass this test. Maybe I'm just not the resourceful type. People are buying up weapons faster than the Briar's Kiss can forge them, and here I am, unable to make a decent bit of kitchenware. He wants me to make a carving knife, one that embodies the spirit of Dalamil. Whatever that's supposed to mean. I don't suppose you have any idea what he's on about, do you?
Oh, I'm afraid not.
Never mind. Thought I'd ask. It was that or pack my bags.
Offer to help Salva craft a carving knife? Yeah, sure, why not? I could give you a hand, I guess?
I could give you a hand if you like. I know how busy the Briar's Kiss has been, and that Lubor needs all the capable hands he can find.
I'd be a fool to refuse.
So, where do we start?
Good question. If I'm honest, I've never made any kind of knife before.
What have you made?
And then there's this little riddle to keep in mind. The spirit of Dalamil. Nothing is ever simple with that man.
The way I see it, there's only one way we'll be solving Lubor's puzzle. We need information. The more the better.
Yay,
All
talking to
right.
NPCs!
There's no point fumbling in the dark, I suppose. Now, who to speak to first? Well, there's plenty of folk in Dalamil who use knives for a living. There's the butcher, of course, and any number of cooks.
A
They're bound
carving
to have an
knife.
opinion or two about the tools of their trade. All right. I think we have a plan. Let's get to it, shall we? I'll talk to every cook I can find. You speak to the butcher, and anyone else you can think of.
All right. Good luck.
Let's hope that someone says something useful.
It won't. Or it'll be the last guy who says something useful. Carving out a niche, right?
Trust Lubor to take a simple test and turn it into a riddle. I better get to it.
Does Lubor have so many messages over his head?
You wish to talk? I'm honored. You and I...
Have more in common than you might think. Not only are we both masters of the blade and devilishly handsome to boot, but we are both the second people to bear our respective names.
What?
You didn't think Rosina Dalamil was my own invention, did you? It was the name of my master. I inherited it from her, along with her title and her smithy. Ensuring that her name lived on was the least I could do after all she did for me. She plucked me from the streets and put my less than nimble fingers to work, making blades instead of trouble.
Alas.
Was to leave my life as suddenly and unexpectedly as she had entered. I swore to follow in her footsteps, that I might change others' lives as she had mine. That is why I keep her forge alive, why I played the desert hare, why I care for the orphan. Indeed, I thought my obligations to Renz and Drika to be my most pressing concern. That is until the infamous Cid made a surprise reappearance. Rather muddied the waters.
Still?
I suppose there's enough of me to go around. Do forgive if the desert hare isn't always at your beck and call.
Ours is a blessed corner of the Velcroy.
Veritable oasis with clear running water and natural hot springs. I don't doubt that people have been gathering here since long before the founding of the Republic. Since it was founded, they've been gathering in even greater numbers to serve the needs of the miners who work Drake's Fang and the soldiers who guard it. Serve them they did, lining their coffers far from the prying eyes and grasping fingers of the Republican exciseman. Taxman. Now that edicts from Randala carry much weight in these parts, Dalamil has long been something of a law unto itself. Here, those with the most money or the most friends make the rules.
At least they did.
Until Kupka built that castle of his at the heart of the Mother Crystal, Dalamil has been Titan's fiefdom since then. While his men may be liberal with their coin, they are anything but in the exercising of their authority, which, as I'm sure I don't need to tell you, is absolute.
So,
see why those with the people's best interests at heart took it upon themselves to organize their own protection, predecessor chief among them.
how very fitting.
The noble soldiers of Dalmekia and Waloed, partners in arms on so many battlefields, should also become partners in crime. Still, the merchants of Dalamil will be relieved to see them brought to justice. Many have been driven almost to ruin for want of crystal. I'm sure they would all be rushing to thank you for the service you have done them, if, of course, they had any idea what you had done.
Of course.
As long as we remain reliant on the power of the crystals, we leave ourselves open to such exploitation. People are such greedy, needy creatures.
There's simply no other way.
5. You must bring down each and every mother crystal in the twins. Oh, he's already in on the story. Okay. Put an end to the people's thoughtless dependence on them. Try not to disappoint me.
Best of luck.
The finest fabric!
Yes, they're quite soon.
Needed to a silk and soft.
Welcome, sir.
Yeah,
What
madam.
can I do you for?
What do you think about knives?
If you don't mind.
Like knives? I like
I need
knives.
to know what makes a good carving knife.
You a blacksmith or something?
Something, I suppose.
Fair enough. Knives, is it? First and foremost, it's got to hold an edge. Most knives will make it through fat no problem, but sinew dulls cheap steel in no time. Give me a blade which can slice through anything that crosses my chopping block, and I'm a happy woman.
So a knife that stays sharp. Makes sense.
Yeah, imagine that. Stays sharp, is flexible, and is also very strong. Yep, all of those things.
Made from the stoutest stoneware. Everything I've worked for. All
Doing,
those
buddy.
years of toil. Every coin I've ever earned is tied up in this place.
Oh, that was kind of dumb of you then, wasn't it?
You all right?
The baths are closed. Leave me be. On second thought, perhaps you are just what I need. Might your services be for hire?
That depends on the job.
Do you know what my services
I'll
are?
have you save my business. The baths. The water's turned scalding hot and all the crystals in Dalimil wouldn't be enough to cool it. I've no doubt that my woes stem from the water's source. But I can't go and investigate for fear of my customers thinking I've abandoned the place. I'm bound to these baths in more ways than one.
You have
I beg of
attendants.
you.
Can't you either
Go
send
to
one of
Dozenoff
them
Terraces.
or
Tell me what you find there.
go yourself and leave your attendants there? Agree to go to Dozenoff Terraces. Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right. I'll go and take a look.
Wonderful. It's not far.
Why can't you
Leave the
go?
market by the south gate. The smell of sulfur will guide you the rest of the way. These baths are all that keep me from an ignoble end in a debtor's prison. My livelihood, my very life, is at stake.
And yet you won't go. Ugh. So yawny. Somebody else to talk to about knives somewhere.
I'll be asking for you again, my sweet.
Mickey.
Then see that you stay a little longer.
Knives? Anybody talk about knives? Anybody? No. Nobody wants to talk about knives. Can I interest anyone in some knives?
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
Take a sniff, good sir.
My carpets have pride of place in
Stairs. Knives. I got some knives. Anybody want knives? Anybody interested in knives?
Ah, they've opened the gate.
Lubor was true to his word.
We can make our way back to the Fang now, at least.
Yeah, but what would be the point? With the mark?
What is it? I'm in no mood for chatter.
Sorry. Do you mind if I ask your trade?
Hunter, why?
I have a question. Can you tell me what makes a good carving knife? I assume you use one out in the field.
I might. Several. Dual wielding them.
Has to be able to put up with some punishment. Can't be dealing with a brittle blade, not while I'm on the hunt. If your knife snaps every time you use it, you'll be spending coin as fast as you make it. Times are hard enough as it is.
Thank you. I won't keep you any longer.
All business, eh? Man after my own heart.
You'll never see Carving knife should be hardware.
Hey, Owen, are you getting on?
Hardly a revelation.
I was Uncharted.
Let's hope Sava had better luck than I did.
Mummy, I want to play with the crystal.
How do I get up there? Can't. Probably have to go around to it. I can see what the guy's problem is. It's finished. Nice.
We should get going soon.
Is it better than Uncharted 4?
Ah, I'm not too late.
What is it, Lubo?
Literally just left and shook hands and did
that I
everything.
neglected to ask earlier. Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang.
Where does the road go?
To finish Hugo Kupka.
Just as I thought. Then allow me to share a secret. Drake's Fang is currently riddled with royalists.
Awesome.
Tolmeki and Waloed are allies, and as you have seen, their soldiers work hand in glove. But no nation has ever before allowed a foreign army
repetitive?
to make a barracks of its holiest of holies.
Not by choice, at least.
I suppose, like
And
the towers
there's
and
more.
stuff. Yeah.
My man on the inside of the Fang has
I know,
failed
I
to
still
report for
preferred it more than
several
before.
days. I fear there may be more trouble lying in wait for you on the road ahead.
I love trouble. That means more combat.
Isn't there always?
If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. That you will enter via the mines, where the guard is lightest. I've lost one Cid already. If I lose another, people will start to think me careless.
I don't plan on dying. Not before Kupka does, anyway.
Well, so long as you have a plan.
I just don't like the turning things puzzles. Yeah, there's a lot of those. That's fair. Okay, now before we do that, you gotta go deal
Drake's
with
Fang should be just beyond these
the issue with the
springs.
bats.
Shall we press on?
Well, the bath guy is having an issue that all of his bath water is scalding hot. I wonder why. I wonder why that could possibly be. Anyway, I'll get over there. I gotta go way around. Characters are yeah, it's a good change of pace
Come
from
on, girl, the gate's open now. We can press on.
Nathan Drake, I suppose. Four games in a row. It's boring after a while. Can I drop down here? Clive can't swim, I guess. Or doesn't want to swim in scalding hot water. Probably fair.
By the flames. That explains the heat.
Why don't we just make things even hotter, I guess? They're called bath bombs. Make sure I can't see anything. I'll just assume everything is going fine. I can't see anything. Too far away.
Out of the frying pan.
That's the wrong move. It. Q. There we go. Livelihood secured. The baths are now at a nice toasty temperature, but not at a uncomfortably
Let's cool things down a bit.
Scalding hot.
Let's hope it's enough to keep the baths from boiling.
Can I get back there?
This is no good. I was hoping to get out of the heat for a little while.
Well, tough. I accidentally, not on purpose, destroyed the inn. Definitely wasn't on purpose. Okay. This guy wanted us to talk to people about carving knives, which we've done.
So, how'd it go? You learn anything useful, or should I be looking for a new trade?
Yes. And yes.
Only that a blade should be durable and stay sharp. But I don't see how that relates to the spirit of Dalamil.
I didn't have much luck either. All the cook said was that he needs his knives to be light. Too heavy and they do his shoulder in.
So we're no better off than when we started. Perhaps Lubor didn't mean anything with his Dalamil remark.
Fucking make a
That
knife.
can't be right. I've bandied enough words with a man to know that he chooses them carefully. No. We must be missing something. Something right in front of our noses, most likely.
No doubt you're right, but I have to make a start soon.
Just make something.
I can't put off making this knife forever.
Just make it anyway. Pretend it's the spirit of Dalamil.
Lubor wouldn't like that much.
Right. I've been trained to work iron. The cheap stuff, mind. But it's hardy enough if you don't hammer it too thin, and it sharpens up nicely with a bit of effort. Trouble is, it's either durable or it's light. Meaning someone is going to be disappointed. Forge Master Lubor, probably.
Is there no one else you can turn to? Someone who knows their metals, perhaps?
Figure out how to make steel, or, I don't know. Steal a knife.
Other apprentices know better than to help me with my test.
Go somewhere else. Go to a nearby town. Steal a carving knife.
Is
Come back.
someone I could turn to.
Pretend you made it.
A favourite of Forge Master Lubor's, who sells metals to tradesmen passing through the Valcroy. I bet she'd know a thing or two.
And we're gonna have to go rescue him. Alright, well... Oh, he's in the opposite direction. Of course he is.
My carpets have...
Take a sniff, good sir. Needed to a silken soft...
Alright, well, we'll tell this guy about his bath water. Doesn't have to drain it.
Stoutest Soviet. The man who saved my bit. I was
That's
hoping
me.
we'd be seeing you again. The baths grow more bearable by the moment. It won't be long now before we are back to business as usual.
I'm glad to hear it.
Now, tell me this. What did you find at the terraces? What threatened to make me a pauper?
Bath bombs.
Not what I expected, that's for certain.
Bath bombs and one really angry bath bomb.
You tell a fine story. That's
One of the
not to
really
say I
expensive
don't
ones you
believe
get from
though.
Lush.
Creatures made of flame, eh? That's something you to worry about. But I burdened you with my worries enough already. Here, a small something by way of thanks.
How small?
Right. It's high time I got back to work.
Should
With
at
little
least
luck,
a
the day
medium
might
something
yet
by
be
way of
salvaged.
thanks. Okay, how small was the something? Wasn't even any money. Got a level up out of it, I suppose. Scarletite, okay, yeah, that's not a small something, that's a big deal. Okay, one of the hardest metals known to man, yada yada yada. Absolutely, give me some of that. That means I can make that other accessory now. Okay. How far fucking back is that? It's not
Light, meat, and dark.
It would make a fine gift.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
I mean, if I take the chocobo, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Still, Torgal doesn't get a chocobo. Ridiculous. Absolute favoritism. While I run off the path. Get myself killed. Ridiculous. Torgal should get a chocobo. Sand must be hot on their paws.
Thanks, Gal. Any luck? Or will you be needing help with your bags?
Well, I asked her, but... you tell him.
I gotta go somewhere to
If
get
you're
the
looking
metal.
to make a knife that will impress a master like Lubor, there are options.
Steal
They're
it.
just not that viable.
Steal the knife.
Featherlight adamantite knives will get passed from generation to generation, never needing so much as a lick of the whetstone. But adamantite ore is unique to ash, so it doesn't come cheap.
And it's beyond my skill to handle.
Not the spirit of Dalamil either.
Are there any materials unique to Dalamil? Something which could be mixed with iron to refine it.
Yes.
Make it lighter.
Carbon.
What are you
like
getting
steel.
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron. Then that's what he'll expect you to use.
Is there coal?
But he would have known that it would either be too heavy or too brittle for a carving knife. Perhaps his Dalamil remark wasn't a riddle, but a hint.
If it's cheap metal you're using, then there's always limestone, I suppose.
That'll do it.
Folk first settled Dalamil to get at her mineral deposits. And if you know the trick, it can be melted down in the furnace to drive out impurities from low-quality iron.
Bloody hell! That must be it! I don't suppose you know the trick, do you?
It's hardly my speciality, but I've been around enough blacksmiths to know how it works.
Looks
I
like
don't
I've
think
got
that
some
makes
learning to do.
steel. I think it just makes
Clive, I
hot iron.
hate to ask after all that you've done for me, but
The limestone? Fine. I can hardly abandon you now. Besides, I want to know if this is the answer to Lubor's little riddle.
I can't thank you enough, Clive. You'll have no trouble finding
try,
limestone
though.
over in the terraces.
I was just there.
Who's bloody made of it.
Then I suppose I'll meet you back at the forge.
Right you are. I'll see you shortly. So, do you crush it up, or just throw it in the furnace?
I don't have a quick way to get back there. That's the fastest I could do. Just gonna have to walk the rest of the way. Can't take a chocobo into town.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
The men of the rock.
The finest.
Take a sniff, good sir.
Can't take a chocobo into town, and you can't do super speed.
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Wait till we're out of town.
Hanging lanterns, keep it up.
We should get going soon.
Although we didn't have to go very far out of town. Right there. What happens?
One rock looks a lot like another. But hopefully this is what
Happens.
Summer needs.
2 iron. You mix it with limestone. Is that how you make steel? Limestone is used as a flux in the blast furnace. Limestone is added to the iron ore. Do something. That was the ChatGPT answer. Fuck that. Having spent 40 plus years as an iron and steel maker, and I consider this question, limestone is used as a flux. Limestone is added. Produces slag, which contains most of the impurities. Okay. So if you mix it in, it will help you slow off impurities of the iron. Just makes the iron purer. Doesn't necessarily make steel. We're still pretty sure you need coal for them. Torgal, are you peeing in the baths?
After it.
No.
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
Finally, we'll be able to get what's
Wait, incense! Wasp wax candle!
Just look at the detail.
Wasp wax candles. God.
The juiciest meat.
Yes, they're quite.
My carpets have pride of place.
I wasn't sure how much you'd need,
Here's your shit.
but I hope this is enough.
Spring lime, a brittle white stone that grows in the restorative hot springs near Dalamil. When dried and milled into a fine powder, it can be added to molten iron to purge the metal of it.
You are one of the good ones, you know that. You and that merchant both, she's
Good
got
what?
quite a gift for teaching that one. Now, time to see if limestone is the secret weapon we were hoping for.
Just gonna forge an. We're just gonna wait for him to do this. Doesn't this take like hours?
That'll do, I reckon.
It absolutely will not.
A knife forged from the very rocks of Dalamil. Her spirit.
This is meant to be
if
a
you will.
carving knife, dude.
It's a fine-looking blade.
It's not. It's terrible.
I only hope Master Lubor agrees.
Jagged as fuck.
That sounds like my cue. And just as well. I was getting tired of waiting.
I'm sorry, Forge Master Lubor.
Let's take a look then, shall we? First things first, Sava, do you think this is a carving knife worthy of the fine people of Dalamil?
No. Doesn't even have a edge.
Do you think so? But what do you think?
It's not what he asked.
What do I think indeed? It's sharp-ish, but it won't last long with hard use. And it's heavy, heavier than it should be. You might not think it just to hold it for a moment, but sell that to a cook and you'll never hear the end of it. It looks like someone paid a visit to the terraces. The limestone was a step in the right direction, granted, but one that still leaves you short of the mark.
And I was so certain I had it all worked out.
I don't know who you found to teach you that little trick, but it certainly shows initiative. Next question. How much do you think I would charge if I'd made this?
0. Negative.
If it
I
took
wouldn't
even
even sell
it
it.
took me, I would say you could demand a heavy purse.
No,
And
I wouldn't sell
who
it.
would be able to pay that? The butcher? The hunter? The cooks over at the inn? Dalamil is home to humble traders, not wealthy lords and ladies. Rule number 1 in any business, Sava. Know your customers.
Yes, Forge Master.
This is just about passable. But only just. I'd say you're worth keeping around a little longer. Starting tomorrow, you'll have an anvil of your own.
I will.
Yes. Your first task, forge your own anvil. Good luck.
I was wondering,
can I get pay up front?
You do if you were asked to forge a carving knife?
I'd do what I always do. Ask who it's for. If it was for the butcher, I'd make sure it holds an edge. For the hunter, I'd make it as tough as Titan. For the cook, light as a feather. And for the nobleman, I'd make it cost an absolute fortune.
There goes a master, all right.
It looks like congratulations are in order.
I couldn't have done it
definitely.
without you. So much for the
Also
Forge
true.
Master's riddle, though, eh? The spirit of Dalamil had nothing to do with limestone or anything much at all. Meaning, I had you run around for no good reason.
Yes, you did. Don't try to give me the knife. I don't want it. That's not.
You'll have a forge of your own.
That's
in
not a
no time.
reward. Give me actual
When
money
I
or
do,
something.
I'll craft you the finest carving knife you have ever seen.
Need a carving. Hang on. Would I be the nobleman of this situation? I don't need one. I'm not a cook. Or a butcher. Maybe I'm a butcher. Okay, fine. I'll be a butcher. Goblin coins. Of course, that's all you have. Alright. Quests are complete.
The finest fabric!
It would make a
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
Back to the main quest. Alright, gotta go find Hugo. Or not find Hugo. We know where Hugo is. Go to Hugo. Preferably before he grows his hands back. But, you know, that wouldn't be very hype. So he's almost certainly grown his hands back. And then we'll have a big god battle with Ifrit and Titan, I'm sure, is what's coming.
Come on, girl.
See where this leads us anyway. Hang on, slow up. Oh, blocked. Never mind. No chocobos allowed in cutscenes.
There it is. Drake's Fang.
Kupka will be hiding inside.
Along with goodness knows how many guards, all on highest alert. You'll need to keep your wits about you if you're to reach him. So be careful.
Never.
I will, Uncle.
Isn't a stealth game.
Before you go, Clive, allow me to apologize. After what befell at Phoenix Gate and the crisis that followed in its wake, I fled. I retreated to my counting house and danced attendance upon the vicereine in the hope it would bring me favor. I betrayed my nation to save my skin, like the coward I am.
Yeah, I know. I know. You're useful though. We
And
keep
I'm
you around.
sorry.
Uncle, please.
It's not too late, Clive. Rosaria is yours by right, and there are those that would help you to take it back.
It's not.
Had
Joshua's
I
still
the
alive.
courage of my brother, I might already have done so. But that ship has sailed. You, however...
No. Forgive me, but I cannot. I fight to build a new world now. better world. Where men can live and die on their own terms.
Men and Moogles. But not goblins.
I was raised in a nation that strove to improve the plight of bearers.
It's one of the only times
I realize
Torgal is actually in
that spark of freedom
cutscenes.
did not arise by chance, but was kindled by my father. You would see me follow in his footsteps. And that is exactly what I mean to do. Not by ruling Rosaria, but by extending his ideals to the whole of the twins. Though every soul in the realm may judge my actions heresy, I am certain my cause is just.
Well, obviously, it's an allegory for climate change.
You really are just like
and
him.
the civil rights movement, so obviously you're correct.
Thank you, Clive, for coming back to me. I am proud to call you nephew.
What about your other nephew that you don't know is actually also still?
Well then, this is where we must part ways. Wish me luck in convincing my Canvarian friend to share his considerable talents. I mean to plunder his coffers and prove myself worthy of a place in your merry band.
Oh, that's okay. When he says talents, he means money.
Till then.
Literally.
Bye-bye.
Literal talents.
Till then, go safely, Uncle.
And you, nephew.
Never.
We have much to catch up on, you and I.
I go
shall
safely,
expect
there's
you
no
to
combat.
Regale me with the tales of all your adventures when next we meet. You can regale me too, Torgal.
I'm coming for you, Kupka.
Torgal just thinks we're going for walkies. Combat? Okay, yeah, that's where we'll leave it. So, okay, combat encounter. Can't save this menu, can I? Oh, which yes, we walked all that way to get to Koopa, and now we're walking all the way back to the hideaway, so I can. Right, that's where we'll call it for today, because knowing this game, if I start that combat scenario, we'll be here for like another 4 hours. So I'm gonna call it there for tonight. Thanks Melman for dropping by there near the end, and what was his name? Froballs for dropping in earlier to follow. Thanks very much. I'll seek you out there a little bit later. Anyway, tomorrow we're going to be taking a look at thanks Melvin, have a good one. Tomorrow we're going to be taking a look at Hi-Fi Rush as part of my Foley Plays Games a Bit series, where we play newly released games for a bit. Saturday we'll probably continue Final Fantasy 15. Sunday we'll have the weekly news recap. I'm thinking we're going to have it later in the day. We're going to have it around 3 or so. But afterwards, we're going to roll into another stream for Final Fantasy 1. We finished the game yesterday, but there's still some small things I'd like to wrap up before we move on to the next game. So we'll do that after the weekly news recap and the channel update. Just roll into that stream. And then myself and Melwyn will hopefully be playing It Takes Two on Sunday evening. That will bring us to next week. We'll figure out what's going on there. If you want to catch up on any of the other Final Fantasy 16 shenanigans or any of the other games that we're playing on the channel, you can find them all over on our archive channel, which is youtube.com/TombTrain5. Quite a lot of videos over there if you want to check those out. feel free. Anyway, I'm gonna head off. Have a good rest of your evening, and hopefully see you tomorrow for Hi-Fi Rush. Bye bye.